One of the things that we all love about Yu-Gi-Oh is one thing, and one thing only. It is the unpredictability of what archetypes get new support. And Konami has just recently announced a second Revolution booster set that might just be one of the most slept on sets ever. And you're probably asking yourself, wait a minute, Nash, what do you mean by that? Slept on? What are you talking about? Well, it is very simple. It is very, very simple. This Revolution booster set is very different compared to the previous one, and this one will be featuring new cards and reprints for three of the most underrated archetypes, excuse me, in the game's history. Marincess, Ghost Trick, and of all the archetypes in the game, Cubics. You heard me right. Cubics are getting support for the very first time ever. Excuse me. For the very first time ever, Cubics will be getting new support, which we never would have expected. And it's interesting because the Cubic archetype was first introduced in the Dark Side of Dimensions movie pack sets, which came in the original first edition sets, which I believe was the ultra rare set, the gold rare set, the secret rare set, and then I think they got reprinted in, I think, dual overload. Yeah, I think some of the cubic traps, I think, got reprinted in dual overload, if I remember correctly. But even at that, even in the Dark Side of Dimensions movie sets, the cubic archetype was pretty slept on because it really didn't. There was really no way to synergize that archetype with any other deck in the format in any capacity. This time around, things could be a little bit different because, again, with Cubics getting new support, there is a very high possibility that this archetype could synergize with I think like what, maybe the Mitsurugi deck. I don't know. Possible? Absolutely. Is it really gonna happen? Probably not. But then again, knowing the pro players, like, I don't know, say Jesse Cotton, maybe someone like him would be able to can make Cubics a very powerful meta strategy, which is possible considering the fact that he's won more YCS events than almost anybody in the entire world. And that says a lot, which proves why he is one of the best Yu-Gi-Oh players in the entire world. Now, as far as the other two archetypes, which are the Ghost Trick and the Marincess, one thing that I find so fascinating about the Marincess archetype is that it can literally synergize with. It can actually synergize, I think, with pretty much like any like water based deck. You know, whether it's the mermails, the I think it's the mermail archetype because of the fact that in spite of the fact that the Marincess is a Cybers archetype, the synergy of being able to add water monsters from the deck to the hand, from the graveyard to the hand, recycling water monsters from from the grave into the deck, milling water monsters to the grave from the deck is absolutely insane. Ghost Tricks though is a bit of an interesting archetype because of the fact that it's it was it's an archetype that a lot of people didn't really pilot that much. I think just because it didn't get a lot of support over the years, but I think within the last like 8 to 10 years, I want to say we're in what 2026. So I want to say within the last 7 to 9 years, like somewhere in that timeline, we did get a pretty decent amount of support for Ghost Tricks. The only issue is that the support that we got didn't make the deck better. It made Ghost Tricks worse in every sense of the word, because of the fact that with Nibiru in the format, even by today's standards, you play Ghost Tricks against a deck that runs Nibiru in the main deck, you're gonna be in a world of hurt, quite literally. Um, so I think so. As far as this Revolution booster set goes, this one's gonna be a little bit interesting because again we're getting new support for three archetypes that types that have been slept on for years, and it's very possible that whatever new cards may enter this set, they could potentially make Cubics meta. It could, maybe Marinas could be the new meta. Maybe Ghost Tricks. No one knows. The only thing that we do know is that this set will be released on November 21st. So close. So I would say about a week before Thanksgiving, later on this year. So I want to say sometime in the next. I want to say sometime in the next month and a half, we are going to be getting the new cards revealed. Um, so as time progresses, I will be unveiling the new cards in the set, the reprints. So as far as the Ghost Trick archetype goes, we can almost confirm. I don't know if this is really going to be the case, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to reprint the entire Ghost Trick XC's lineup, which is, I think, Dullahan, Succubus, Angel of Mischief, and there was two others. I think there was either one or two others, and then Ghost Tricks, like Jiangxi, Ghost Trick Mummy, Ghost Trick Stein, Ghost Trick Wolf. All these cards, and even the field spells are all pretty much going to be reprinted in the set. Cubics, obviously, we're going to be seeing V-Jump potentially getting printed. The Fusion, Cubic Dharma, Cubic Mandala. A lot of these really weird but like really cool cards are definitely gonna be reprinted. Marine Cess, the possibilities are definitely out there. I don't really know what reprints we could see for that archetype. Maybe Marine says Blue Slug, Sea Angel, Marine says Crystal Heart. I think is the card. Blue Tang is definitely another one that definitely has been needing a reprint for quite some time, because I think Blue Tang was actually when I think that card was a pretty expensive card, if I remember correctly. Yes, it was actually. In fact, Marine says Blue Tang from Chaos Impact was originally, I believe, a $15, maybe $20 card. Now it's gone down to like almost like $10 to like less than $10. So that's kind of crazy. But yeah, it goes for somewhere between like $3 to like $10. So it's not too bad, but it was a pretty expensive card because of the fact that it could synergize with um with pretty much like any water based deck. Not only the Marine says, but also the Marine says could work with with other water based decks. So blue tanks affect red as followed. If this card is normal or special summon, you can send one Marine says monster from your deck to the grave except this card. If this card is sent to the grave as material for the link summon of a water monster, you can excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can add one excavated Marine says card to your hand and shuffle the rest into your deck. You can only use each effect once per turn. So in a world where Blue Tang gets used to summon out Area the Water Charmer Gentle, you get to pop off Blue Tang's effect, which is insane. So there is a possibility that Blue Tang could get reprinted. I know that card's been needing a reprint for quite some time. Because the last reprint that we got was, I believe, according to TCG Player, Legendary Duels from the Deep as a common. So it's pretty much due for a reprint. But I can assume. I think we can assume that card's gonna be reprinted. Maybe the field spell. Who knows? But definitely gonna be a very unique set to say the very least. Because the last Revolution booster set. Because the last Revolution booster set that we got, it featured Tunes, Witchcrafter, and Unchained, and that was from earlier this year that it got released. So the fact that Konami is doing another one proves that they're now putting their focus on archetypes that didn't have much of an impact on the meta as they had originally intended. So there is a chance that these 3 archetypes could become meta. Very possible, but we don't really know for sure, because we know that in the OCG, Tunes did actually win. I think it won a YCS in Japan when the new Tune support got released. So it's very possible that any of these 3 archetypes could make its way to that same level, but only time will tell. But with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more Yu-Gi-Oh topic videos in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, be sure to follow me on all of my social media. All of my @s will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. Excuse me. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.